Welcome back to the channel, my brothers. My name's Andy R and this is the Brotherhood of Men, and today I want to talk to you about a really important subject, and that is, are you being controlled by a woman, or is she trying to manipulate you? And it's easy to see whether they're trying to manipulate you or control you once you know what the signs are, and that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So let's get to it. First of all, are you being controlled or manipulated by a woman? The simple answer to that is yes, you have been. At some point in your life, you have already been controlled, manipulated, and put into a mindset to listen to a woman. You grew up with a mother. She controlled you. In fact, nobody knows you better than your mother. Maybe your grandmother, your aunt, your sister, all of them put exertion on you to control you, to, in their eyes, make you a better man. But you, from a small childhood, were already controlled and manipulated by women. Now, as you grow up, you've probably managed to break free of that control and manipulation of your mother. You become independent. If you grew up in a two-parent home, which is the best outcome for all children, you already had the influence of your father to counter the influence of your mother. So he would say things along the lines of, yeah, I know it seems a bit bonkers what your mum's saying to you, but just go along with it for now, lad. Like, you know, I mean, we know, we lads together. But he's still reinforcing his wife's opinion to you. So you go along with it. You are being controlled. Because remember, he's being controlled by her as well, but more subtly. So once you start to notice the sort of giveaways, the signs, the clues that a woman is trying to manipulate you, is trying to control you, is trying to get you to act in a certain way, it's a lot easier then to counter that control, or quite simply shut it down. So what are the giveaways? That's what this video is really going to go into, and I want to start it with a psychological study that was done a fair number of years ago, about 5 years ago now, and they used MRI imaging, magnetic resonance imaging, to scan a brain of both men and women of different ages, and to see what stimulated what parts of the brain. And one of the conclusions they came to in this study that was then published in the medical journals was that men react more favourably to positive statements. If you like, flattery. You would think that would be the same for both men and women, that we both like to be flattered, told that we're great, that we're fantastic, that we're kings and queens and all the rest of it. No, the study actually found the opposite for women. It said that women reacted more positively to negative statements. But when you start to think about it, this makes perfect sense. Now, maybe I've just got a different brain, but I start with some information I've got and try to figure out why that might be, and it leads me down to a certain path with my own life experiences and such like. And more times than not in my life, I have been proved to be right more than I've been proved to be wrong. So this is my theory on the reason for that. Boys and girls from literally babies are treated completely different by the family unit. Whether it's a single mother, or whether it's a mother-father, or whether it's the couple just together who've had the baby. Either way, they and society in general treat boy babies and girl babies differently. You hear it all the time for a little girl, for a baby, and all the way up to junior school and onwards. You hear the mother, the grandmother, strangers, they go, oh, isn't she pretty? Oh, she's beautiful. Look at that apple of your eye, I'll bet, say to the father. Oh, she's going to be a heart melter when she gets older. Isn't she gorgeous? Oh, look at her. Oh, she's so precious. This is said to a girl baby from the beginning. Boy babies don't get that. Oh, isn't he bonny? Oh, look at him. He's going to be a bruiser when he grows up. Oh, he's going to be a strong lad. Look at the grip he's got. Isn't he strong? You see the differences that are between the boys and the girls. A girl is constantly told she's beautiful with doing nothing. She's pretty. She's valuable just because of the fact that she's a girl. A boy's told that the positive influences he gets is because of how strong he is, how he's going to be a good fighter, how he's going to be tall, or they don't really say he's going to be pretty or he's going to be handsome. So all of the influences from literally birth are all about what he's going to achieve later. And for the girl, it's all about what she has now. She's a girl. She's beautiful. She's pretty. Oh, she's a princess. I bet she's the apple of your eye. All of these things. So that once that child gets to adulthood, it's already been programmed to them. So a girl no longer sees, or a young woman no longer hears the compliments. She's had them a whole life. She's almost punch drunk to people who compliment her. She expects to be complimented. And the downside of this is that if she's only average looking, if she's quite frankly ugly, no mother, grandmother, aunt worth their salt ever says about their own child, their own family member, oh God, the plug ugly. Oh God, turns your milk looking at them. Oh, I wouldn't. Oh no, mate, I've sicked in my mouth a bit because I just thought about them. No, because that would be a horrible thing to do. Don't get me wrong, there are monsters out there who treat their children like this. But generally, they're always building their confidence, even if they come home from school crying, oh, so-and-so called me ugly. Oh, so-and-so doesn't know what he's talking about. You know you're beautiful. Don't listen to him. And this gets ingrained in their head that they are beautiful whether they are or not. So they start their adult life listening to all of this growing up. They've not achieved anything from it. It was just the way they were born. And if they happen to be pretty, happen to be beautiful, which a small percentage of women are, just like a small percentage of men win the lottery of life and are tall, handsome, well built without having to do any work for it. There is such a thing as pretty privilege. It does exist for both men and women. So it's an unfortunate thing that the most beautiful girls and that expect the compliments more than the average looking girl. But even the average looking girl or the ugly looking girl still expects the compliments because they've heard it their whole life. Now look at a boy growing up. As I said, from a baby, oh, he's going to be a bruiser. Oh, he's going to be a big un, isn't he? He's going to be a big lad. Oh, he's going to be a, oh, I bet he'll be a fighter. Oh, you watch yourself with him. He's going to be a handful. All of these things the child hears. He hears his grandmother, his grandfather, his mother, his father, all saying to him, hey, look, he cries because somebody picked on him. Hey, big boys don't cry. Big boy, oh, a big strong lad wouldn't do that. And big... So all of a sudden, it's all negatives. This is why, when they get to adulthood, men understand what they achieve is what elevates them. What they do to make their life better comes from their thoughts, their intellect, and their hands, their hard work. Whereas a woman's been told to expect the best because everybody thinks she's beautiful. So now they've got to adulthood. When you've grown up with that all your life, it's no wonder that men react more favourably to positive comments. In other words, being complimented, because they don't hear it very often. So when somebody compliments them, especially if it's somebody they're interested in, they're more likely to be receptive to something that person wants from them. The control, you see. Now, with women, because they've been complimented their whole life, When a man compliments them, to their mind it's, well, I expect that. What's special about you? And you don't stand out in a crowd. But if somebody gives them a negative compliment, a negative input, their mind lights up, which it did in the MRA testing. It was showing that they were reacting more favourably to negative comments. And this is one of the reasons why the bad boys, as they think of themselves, or even as women think of them, are so successful with the women, because they give them backhanded compliments. Compliments that come with a put down inside. It's no use going up to a woman and say, you're ugly, you stink, and you're a terrible person. All she's going to do is burst into tears and never want to know you again. But if you come in with the right bit of chat, hey, you know, blah, 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 this, that and the other, and it's got a backhanded compliment, she's going to instantly notice the negative, but want the positive. This is why women are always on social media and chasing the likes, chasing the nice comments, but the ones they answer the most are the ones that are putting them down, because they react most favourably to negative comments, sorry. Now, do you think I'm making sense here? Because, I mean, this was like I say, a psychological study done under lab conditions of men and women at all ages, and this is just one of the conclusions they came to. But it got my mind thinking about, this is the way that you are brought up from childhood. And you are used to a woman being in control of your life. Nobody knows you better than your own mother. Nobody knows your buttons to press better than a mother, to get you to fall into line, to do what she says. One of the best ones is, oh, I'm very disappointed in you, son. I've always wondered why banks don't use and credit card companies don't use that approach. Instead of saying, you're overdrawn, and if you don't bring it back up to date in such and such a time, we'll close your account, or we'll send it to debt collectors and already. Why don't they just send a letter saying, we've noticed that you're overdrawn this month, we're very disappointed in you? Most guys would be like, oh my god, they're disappointed. It's because you don't want to disappoint your mother. You grew up not wanting to disappoint your mother. So if they wanted to control you, they'd go, well, yeah, you can do that, son, but I'd be very disappointed if you did. You're more likely not to do it. She knows which buttons to press. And being disappointing to your mother is one big button. But at the same time, a woman who you've just met, who you're interested in maybe, or even in the work environment and that, will use certain compliments in an effort to control or manipulate you. And once you realise what they are, you'll start shutting them down, and you'll start realising for what they are, controlling. They're trying to get you to do something for them. If a woman says to you, oh, aren't you you're so strong. Well, what guy doesn't want to be thought of as being strong? Of course a guy wants to be thought of as strong. Nobody wants to be thought of as weedy and wimpy. So she says, oh, you're so strong. Look at you. Oh, will you undo this jar for me? See, on the back of the compliment became something, can you do this for me? Oh, you're so strong. Can you walk me to the bus stop? It's a terrible area here, and I think I'd be safe with you. There's another one. I feel so safe with you. Well, who doesn't want somebody to feel safe in their presence? The bad boy doesn't make her feel safe. He makes her feel heart racing, makes her feel a little bit tremulous. Can you walk me to... Basically, if somebody jumps at... You remember this old joke? Two guys are walking through a forest and a big grizzly bear leaps out at them. He's growling and that. And one of them takes his backpack off, takes his hiking shoes off, and he's slipping a pair of trainers on. And this guy next to him says, you'll never outrun that bear. And he says, no, it's okay. I just need to outrun you. Do you see? When she's saying, can you take me down this terrible neighbourhood to the bus stop, to my car and that, because I feel safe with you? She's basically saying, if some attacker jumps out, you can give up your life while I run like blazes, just like the two guys in the forest. When it's pointed out to you, you realise what's happening. It's like, well, you're strong and independent, ain't you? What made you park down there? You managed to walk here on your own. Yeah, but it's dark now. Hey, I'm not your patsy. I'm not your shield. Now, let's be clear here. Since time immemorial, since there were men and women, women have always controlled and manipulated men. I'm sure that some cave painting somewhere will show a Neanderthal man stood by the mammoth that he's just taken down with his flints and his rocks, just about to tuck in, and up pops some Neanderthal woman who bats her eyelids at him and gives him the wink and furrows her overly thick eyebrows and lets him think that, hey, if you let me share some of that mammoth you've just put your life on the line to kill, I'll let you have a bit of rumpy pumpy. So he thinks, okay, there's something in it for me, and he allows her to share his kill with her. She manipulated him. She didn't go out and kill that mammoth. She didn't go out and put her life on the line, but she was right there the moment it was brought down, offering something to get what she wanted. She manipulated him. Now, she had to put out, because that's how it worked in the day, you know. Neanderthal man wasn't going to put up with her going, oh, my stomach's now, I'll be on my way now, bye. And it, whoa, hang on a minute, you know, there is some payment due here, and I've still got the club and the flint, so, you know, off with the furs, love. Because that's how it was. A woman understood that she had to back up her. But this isn't what happens in modern society. In modern society, women are constantly using men for their own gain with no cost to themselves. Now, as I said, if you notice the signs of how a woman is manipulating you, how she's trying to control you, it's very easier for you to counter them, to basically shut them down. You're my hero, because you did something for her. You're my hero. Now, you don't hear that one so much now, and if you do, it's usually said sarcastically. But it was used in the past, and it's still used. Oh, you're my hero. Oh, you saved it. Oh, you're my hero. Well, who doesn't want to be thought of as the hero? Marvel Comics built their whole reputation on the fact that young boys out there wanted to be the hero. DC Comics the same. And now the films are there showing you the strong men. I mean, also there are women in there, but the women don't seem to watch the films the same way as men do, as though I associate with that woman as the hero. But the men watch the films looking at the hero going, oh yeah, that'd be me, I'd do that, I'd do the same thing he did. Yeah, you'd step in, defend, you know, put your life on the line for the right cause. They honestly have made billions off the back of men wanting to be the hero. So if a woman says to you, you're my hero, she's not saying it because you're her hero. She's saying it because she now wants, it usually follows with something else. Oh, you're my hero. Can you do that for me again? Carry this for me, or take me here, or go there, or take me out for a meal. Oh, you're so strong. Will you walk me to the car every night just in case some ne'er-do-well jumps out and attacks me? Well, you'll be able to defend me because you're so strong. You see, our male brains are telling us that, yeah, I want to be strong. Yeah, I want to be her hero. Yeah, I want to be the one that she looks to for protection and that. But she's not giving you anything. Not what you want. What you want at the end of the day is either you want a relationship, but more importantly, you want to get into bed with her. Well, she's not giving you that. And if she's not giving you that, she's manipulating you. She's not giving you something that she's expecting from you. She's not being strong for you. She's not there for you. If you say to her, oh, here's another one. This is a beauty. And I'm sure that most of you have heard this before. Oh, you're such a good listener. Yeah, but why are you spending your time listening to her problems? Ask yourself that question. Why are you spending your time listening to her problems so that she can say, oh, you're such a good listener? I don't know. Why are you? Leave down in the comments below if what I'm saying is starting to make sense to you. Are you starting to understand how you were controlled? How women have tried to control you and manipulate you with compliments? Because men are hardwired to think favourably of someone who compliments them. And by the way, guys, I think you're all great. You're all heroes. You see what I just did there? Unfortunately, I haven't got long hair and I've not got a nice rack, and it doesn't mean much. But that brings to another important point. When somebody in your peer group, your friends, your father, when they compliment you on a job well done, and that's usually a job well done, not just because you were born like a woman, oh, you're beautiful, you're pretty. They say, you did a good job there, lad. You did a good job there, son. I'm proud of you. God, your heart gets 10 times bigger, your shoulders are back, you walk proud, you think, yeah, somebody I respect, another man that I have respect for, has just told me I did a good job. It puts no more money in your pocket, but by God do you walk taller, because you're not used to getting compliments. And women have been using this tool in their toolbox, and that's only one of their tools, to control and manipulate men since time immemorial. Like I say, Homo erectus, I'm sure there was some Homo erectus man who'd just taken down a gazelle or something, and Homo erectus woman popped up for the meal. You see, still getting the free meal. Even nowadays we see it happen so time. Here's a biggie though. I love you. Now, what man doesn't want to know that a woman he's interested in loves him? Be honest. Come on, give the video a like. Come on. If you've ever wanted a woman to fall in love with you, give the video a like. But if she says I love you, take it at face value. If she says I love you because, oh, I love you because you're so strong, or because you're so smart, or because you're... The because is the problem there. Because of something you have that I want. You're so smart. Can you come and fix my computer for? Oh, you're so strong. Can you come and help me move furniture? Oh, you're so... I love you because. Not just I love you. I love you because. That's a manipulator. That's somebody trying to control and manipulate you to do something for them. But when you spot these signs, when you spot these things, you automatically can start going, yeah, I'm not going to be manipulated. You can't control me. And the flip side of that is, once she realises that you can't be manipulated and can't be controlled, she actually will, more than likely, have some genuine interest in you. Because she's used to controlling and manipulating men, especially weak men, she's naturally attracted to the Chad and the Leroy and the Tyrone and Hefe and Jose and Brad and Chad, because she has to work twice as hard to do the manipulation and control, and still probably falls short and fails. So they're more attracted to her because they're a challenge. The moment she tries to use manipulation, control and tactics on you, and you fall for it, where's the challenge? You just become somebody else in her life who gives her compliments all the time, just like she did from when she was first born. Have you ever heard this one? Now, I haven't particularly heard this one myself, but I remember a friend of mine saying this to me quite some time ago. You see, I've always preferred to be clean shaven, so I've never really grown a beard or moustache and that. But you're going to laugh here because this is a true story. A guy I knew, he was out with the girl he was seeing at the time. They hadn't got physical yet, it was early doors. And she said, he told me what she said and what he said, and it was just pure beauty, it was. She said to him, she says, you know, I think you're so handsome, you know, I think you're so strong, and so, I mean, you know, turn my knees to jelly. Now, here's an important point you need to remember, my brothers. Everything anybody says, no matter what it is, no matter whether it's in the business world, in your personal life, or in relationships, when anybody starts this telling you how great you are, there's a but. And everything up to but is nonsense. Throw it away. Don't even listen to it, because it's only after but that you hear what was truly wanted to be said to you. So she said, oh, something along the lines of, you're so handsome and all this lot, you know, and she said, but I think you'd look far more handsome if you shaved your beard off. Do you see? All of that preamble, that's to program your mind because you're not used to compliments. That's to swell your head a bit, make you feel a bit proud of yourself that, oh, she thinks I'm all this, that and the other. But there's a but. And after the but is what she's trying to do. Now, if he was a weak type of man, the first thing he'd do when he got home is he'd be trimming his beard down and then shaving it off to please her. But all that would prove to her is he's a simpy kind of guy. He's just going to go along with it. He's not putting up any fight. What he did wasn't that. He just put his hands through his beard and he went, do you think so? I'd be more handsome without my beard. And she said, yeah. He goes, well, it's a shame then because the beard's staying but you're not. Bye. And he split up with her there and then. Oh, she's trying to backpedal, but he realised exactly what she was doing. And of course she's even more interested in him now because he wasn't going to fold to her demands, to her control, to her manipulation. And this is why Chad wins all the time, because he gives her backhanded compliments. Have you ever said this to a woman? Oh, you look nice today, love. Or you look pretty today. Or you look especially dressed up and nice. And had a woman turn around and say, oh, thanks very much, but don't I look pretty every day? Well, most wimpy guys, most simps, will go, oh, backpedaling, oh, no, you do, it's just that I meant to say, and that's it, you've lost. As soon as you went, I'm trying to placate her, you've lost. You're being manipulated, you're being controlled. I've done this to my woman before. I've gone, oh, you look gorgeous today, love. And she goes, oh, don't I look gorgeous every day? And I go, no, not every day you don't. But today you particularly do. Her eyes lit up. It's like, oh, yeah, because they know they've gone to the extra effort to look good. It was a bitchy thing to say that, oh, don't I look good? No, I've seen you roll out of bed with snot dribbling from you, because you've got a cold and you're hackling and coughing and your eyes are running and puffy and you're dressed in your slob out because you feel like crap. Am I supposed to say, oh, you were the most gorgeous woman in the world? No, you didn't. I'm not going to do that. So, don't I look gorgeous every day? No, you don't, but you do today. And that backhanded compliment, oh, it's tsunami in the pants for her. She's got a swamp going on there now because I can't control him, but he still thinks I'm attractive and he notices that I've made an extra effort. Do you understand? I also like this one. Do these jeans make my bum look big? Stop blaming the jeans. Your bum makes your bum look big, not the jeans. In fact, putting the jeans on looks like you've got two pigs wrestling in a denim sack. They'll start laughing because you've called them out, but at the same time it's like, oh wow, this guy's got some chat. I don't recommend you do that one very often, but only if it's somebody you just know. If they ask for your honest opinion, give it. And do it in such a way that is a backhanded compliment. And all of a sudden, they're interested in you. You now have the control, and you now have the manipulation. Once you spot some of the signs of how a woman tries to control and manipulate you, all of a sudden, it doesn't work. Do you agree with me, my brothers? Do you think what I'm talking now, it's absolute nonsense? I don't know what I'm talking about. But like I said, this conscious thought that I had all came from this psychological study that was done under MRI between men and women of all ages that showed that men respond more favourably to positive stimuli and women respond more favourably to negative stimuli. And I was thinking, well, why would that be? Because everybody likes to be complimented, don't they? Everybody likes positive reinforcement. And it's not true. But you think of, if you've got brothers and sisters, if you've got children yourself, boys and girls, think of the different way you talk to them. Boys and girls are brought up completely differently. Girls are constantly told that they're beauty and that because no child... It's the same thing as everybody says their kid's super smart or their kid's very athletic. Nobody wants to say about their kid, they're a waste of space, they're a waste of skin, they're oxygen thieves, they're never going to amount to anything. Because that would be destroying a small child's image of themselves. No parent worth the word parent is going to talk to their child like that, so they try and boost their morale, their confidence, by telling them, hey, you're smarter than you think, even if they're not very smart, or you're this, or you're that, or it doesn't matter that you're not exceeding very well at school, you're very good with your hands. You know, they're saying that you're as thick as pig shit, but at the same time they're also saying, but that shouldn't hold you back, there are other things you can do, because everybody has value. But girls are told they're beautiful from day one, that they're pretty, that they get to adulthood and they're average looking at best, believing that they're goddesses, that they're beautiful, and then they get simpy men backing that up by doing stuff for them, and that's why they're attracted to the man who doesn't bend over backwards for us, and that's why the simpy nice guy ends up wondering where he went wrong and why is he in the friend zone, because he's constantly giving her positive attention. He's never said no to her. He's never gone, oh, go away, get out my life. It's simple once you understand the keys, once you understand the triggers of what a woman's doing to control and manipulate you. All of those positives she's saying about you, wait for the but or the because, and that comes out with what she wants from you. Well, if she's giving you what you want, which is usually to sleep with her, well, then you're more likely to reciprocate and do things for her. If she's not, why are you wasting your time? Anyway, in the real world, in real life, I've been getting a bit of pushback from a few women in my life who've watched the videos. And the pushback's been, stop telling them all our secrets. You keep making these videos and guys are going to realise that you're telling us our secrets. Stop it. No. I make these videos so that you guys can make better choices. You can make a more informed choice. Excuse me. What you do with the information is entirely up to you. But you need the information to start with so that you can make an informed choice. Anyway, I'm going for a cup of tea because I think I've earned one. You, my brothers out there, you take care of yourself, because if you don't, who will? And I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.